Seattle, Washington. I'm now joined up in the booth by coaching legend, former player as well, Mel Denham. Mel, thanks for joining us. And we get a look here at Orsu versus the Mountain Selects.
Yeah, Dan, it's my pleasure being here, taking a look at some of the sevens going on.
And here we see Orsu will be on the left of your screen. They have the ball now. A nice little pick down the blind side. They are an absolute powerhouse in women's rugby, and they've shown why. The first point's coming just seconds into the game, 20 seconds to be exact. Orsu already on the board, 5 points to 0. And Mel, to be expected, though, from this very impressive outfit from Oregon.
Yeah, Orsu has a really strong side, some strong runners, a lot of experience, and also some USA touch players on the field as well. So they have good vision, good ability to move, but all in all, some good hard runners on Orsu.
Yeah, they certainly are. There's just like a who's who when you look through this roster of women's rugby. They are the current 15s national champions, traveling out to Wisconsin a few months ago. Didn't think that they would have the funds to do much in the sevens. They went out and won a qualifying tournament in Tacoma and find themselves here today. Just a short 3-hour drive from down in Oregon up here to Washington. And it's probably going to pay dividends if they keep playing like this.
It looks that way. This could be a tone setter.
And obviously the Mountain Selects from the Rocky Mountain States up there. A mixture of players from up in that area. Again, we've seen a few of these teams come together here who are a mixture of different areas. Some have had some issues with cohesion, as we see a little knock on there as we talk about cohesion. And that's been the biggest issue with these makeshift seven sides this summer. You know, the Mountain Selects, they've got a good track record. At the Denver Sevens, they had some success beating two of the teams that have been very impressive so far here today. They beat San Diego and they beat Berkeley, which is no small feat in itself. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do if they get some ball. But right now it's been all Orsu. Messy scrum. Referee has a penalty there. Let's see what he's got him for. Looks like offside there at the scrum. Orsu will go quickly. They move it out now. Through the hands, Robin Woods. She looks out for runners. She moves it beautifully. Look at that, just motioning the switch runner back inside. Nice stuff there from Orsu. Well defended from the Mountain States, though.
Yeah, when you talk about team cohesion, Orsu definitely is a team that have been playing together, a lot together, and you can see the cohesion on the field.
Yeah, a lot of these players were in the 15 squad for the national championship, and that's a long season of time together. And like you said, they're going to gel well. They know each other well. But now it's Mountain States on the attack. Looking for some options inside and out. Well tackled, though, little Samantha Chen. She looked out on the outside, but there was no value there for her. And Orsu keep rushing up in defense, putting all sorts of pressure under the Mountain States. That's a nice little run from Rachel Marie Ryan. Playing advantage, though, it looks like Orsu are going to get the scrum again after a little knock on.
Yeah, Rachel Ryan and Joanna Kitlinski, both USA Women National Team pool players this year. So we should see some good stuff from them out there.
Yeah, certainly would. Speaking of good stuff, we saw a little bit of you earlier this year out at the collegiate finals coaching the American International College, AIC as they're known. Now you're no longer with that program. Where have you ended up?
I moved out to Washington, actually, Central Washington University in Ellensburg.
Oh, the Wildcats.
The Wildcats.
You've got to love it. They've turned into quite an impressive rugby program up there. Quite a few of the men's guys we've seen in the All-American setup. So I'm sure the good things you did out at AIC are going to trickle down in Central Washington. Very lucky to have a coach of your caliber out there helping them out next season.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
That's all right. That's what I'm paid to do.
Yeah, it should be a good season.
Here we go. Back to the action here as we see Orsu. Not back 10. They're going to take the quick tap. That's Juanita there. She dishes the ball across. That looks like it came off the legs. It's going to be play on for Orsu. They're just a few meters out from the line. Juanita, she looks a little sneak down the blind side. There's no value there. Well defended by the Mountain States. Still the pressure remains, though. Another pick and go. They're over. Can they get it down? Referee says yes. Try time. Orsu get another one. Takes them out to a 10-0 lead. And that's just a matter of pressure and territory weighing up there for this Orsu side.
Yeah, Orsu plays an interesting game of sevens. They have a good balance of tight play as well as wide play, so it's not uncommon to see Orsu taking the ball up with punches or running hard lines close to the breakdown in sevens.
Yeah, there is some value in doing that as well. We saw it earlier game when Philly was playing. They started to go back to that pick and drive mentality almost, and it started to punch some holes in the defense. The defense had to pay more respect to the breakdown area and come in, and then they found those holes out wide. like you said, sometimes there is some value there in sevens. I think sometimes teams tend to stray away from it and play that very lateral game side to side. And, rugby's rugby. You've got to be going forward. You've got to be making a positive impact on the game line one way or the other.
That's right, and it can certainly catch a team off guard.
And also, the conversion unsuccessful as it goes across the face. Score remains 10 points to 0. Just under 2 minutes left to play in the first half here. Nice little kickoff, though, from Beckett Royce as she gets us restarted. Ball comes down. Mountain States, they've looked okay when they had the ball in hand. That's a nice strong run there from Joanna Klatinsky, I believe, from the Glendale Raptors Club, playing some sevens here for the Mountain States.
Joanna's a great, strong, hard runner, back row player and type 5 player in 15s.
Oh, unlucky. There could have been a little bit of contact before the pass. It may have been accidental. Play on, says the referee. And the ball comes down with Orsu now. They move it out wide. Rachel Johnson, she pushes it out. The try scorer, Johnson. Now it straightens up. There's some value there. Can she get free? No. Great tackle from behind. Drags her down. They're into the Mountain State half, though. Orsu looking good with ball in hand. Very methodical. Just looking for runners. There's that nice straight runner we talked about. Beautiful little run there. Beckett Royce, she had a strong run earlier. She's been good in defence all day, Royce, and she'll get a try right underneath the post.
Yeah, Beckett Royce, a veteran national team player, represented the U.S. in the Women's 2010 World Cup. I believe she's a coach player. She pretty much does it all and is still running her hard lines.
Yeah, that was a great line from Royce. It was a 2-on-2 situation. The defence had them matched up woman for woman, and just a great line from Royce to straighten things up there, and a poor read on the defensive side of things to let her get that inside channel. But she looks like she'd be pretty tough to stop anyway, one-on-one, Beckett Royce.
Absolutely.
What about you? You still playing?
I am still playing. I was in the player pool this year going for my second World Cup, but I unfortunately wasn't able to, didn't make the final cut. But I guess I'm not saying that I'm retiring. It's hard to say that and put an end to it officially. I play when I can. I was playing sevens earlier this summer, trying to qualify with Seattle, but we unfortunately, Orsu ended up winning that seed, so good strong side out there.
Oh, you're being very nice to them in the commentary box then. They're going to knock you out. But
yeah.
Here we go, getting the restart going. Mountain States need to start putting something together here, and that's not going to get it as Chen drops the ball and another knock on. Again, it comes down to that word cohesion. And there we go. That takes us through to the half here, 15 points to 0. Orsu leading the Mountain States. And as to be expected, we saw a couple of very close battles during the qualifiers. You talked about you played a little bit with Seattle. Orsu got your number to get here in the qualifiers, but you beat them a few times through the summer?
Yeah, the Seattle, we had beat them a couple times over the summer, and it was a really tight, highly contested match in the final of the qualifier a few weeks ago. Yeah. So very hard fought, back and forth with the score, and they ended up pulling it out at the end. So
yeah, they're very impressive. I mean, quite happy with that. And like you said, they do play almost a 15 styles of 7. Some of their players are on the bigger side. You can tell loose forwards in the 15s game. They run those nice hard lines, and they run very north-south style of 7s, and it's working for them. On the Mountain State side of things, what are your thoughts there? It's a makeshift side, and it almost looks like they are a little bit lacking in that cohesion.
Yeah, the cohesion's lacking a little bit. I think that they have some strong players out there, some strong runners. Their defense looks all right, but I think it's apparent the cohesion you can see in Orsu that I agree is lacking a little bit with that select side.
Yeah, definitely.
Squad,
and it's going to be tough too. I mean, the changes you can make, a very short break here at halftime, but sevens rugby, it's hard to adjust on the fly with these teams, and I think Orsu probably going to show us here today they're a little bit too strong. Maybe not as strong as the great Seattle team, but they're here today, and we'll get behind them and watch the second half. We're about to get restarted here. Orsu coming back out.
Great, here we go.
And Mountain States just down by 15. We saw earlier, I wrote the DC Furies team off. I said they were done, they were shot. I booked their return plane tickets. They came out and almost snatched at the end there. So I apologize to all the Fury fans watching. That was my bad. So it's not beyond them. 15 points isn't a big mountain for this team to climb, but they're going to have to figure things out and figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, a couple adjustments sometimes is all that's needed to do the trick, especially in a close game like this where they have the ability, they have the experience and skills to execute. We'll see if they can put it together in this half.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be another exciting 7 minutes of rugby, so stay with us. We're going to rejoin the action now. Mountain State's kicking off, And the second half here just about to get underway.
Rugby selects the kickoff.
Here we go, ball in hand here for the Mountain States to get things started. You talked about your run to the World Cup. I was actually watching Mel earlier, watching the women play against New Zealand, and she was not sitting comfortably in her seat. She was up and down, obviously wanting to be out there playing as well. So retirement might be just a touch too soon for you. We want to see you keep playing, Mel.
Thank you, Dan. I would like to.
Here we go now. Orsu with the ball. There's Juanita. She's been dangerous, Juanita. She really has been the linchpin in this Orsu side, directing traffic well. Looking to switch back inside. Beautifully timed little switch there. Great tackle. Driving tackle. Picks her up. Welcomes her to the Starfire Sports Stadium turf. Very beautiful stuff there from the Mountain States. Obviously, they haven't thrown the towel in yet. Still tackling with mean intentions. And great counter. Could have the ball here. Turnover. Referee agrees. Playing the ball on the ground. Quick tap. Let's see him go at it here, the Mountain States. They've got to play quickly. Start dragging this deficit down. They move it out to the right.
There's Rachel Ryan taking the ball up.
Oh, unlucky too. Nice little offload from Ryan there. Couldn't find the hands. That looked like the number 4. We've got to get a name for her. The roster has
Number 4, Joanna Kotlinski.
Yeah. I think Joanna's out there. Go another little break and play. Again, you hate to keep harping on it, but it's rung true here today. Is this Mountain State side, they just don't look like the unit that Orsu is. I mean, play athletically, they're very athletic, they tackle hard, they run hard, but sevens in particular, it's very much a team game. You've got to be on the same page with your teammates and all firing on the same cylinders there. And
it's true. Yeah, I was talking with Katie Dowdy earlier. From a coaching perspective, having players to be able to, attack with and without the ball in hand, a lot of that comes from playing together and that cohesion, being able to attack off the ball.
Definitely. Here we go. Also, again, a little bit sloppy here. We've had a couple of knock-ons, breaks in play. Also will have to put in. They are about 20 metres out from their line. They do hold on to a lead of 15 points to 0. About 4 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock here. This is in the women's bracket. We're looking at Mountain States on the left of your screen there in the blue and white. And Orsu in the multicoloured blue, reds and yellows there. Here we go, Sarah Deal. She's at scrum half with the put in. Juanita standing behind the scrum. I've been really impressed with Juanita today. Again, we talked about her a little bit earlier. Her distribution is being first class, and she really does a great job pushing her players around the field. Yeah,
Juanita, she's definitely a true leader on that team and a lot of heart into Orsu.
Here we go, ball goes in. Again, messy off the back, good pressure from the Mountain States. Very physical game here at the breakdown between these sides. Mountain States very aggressive at the breakdown, and it's earned them the reward of a penalty here. They need to go quickly, just over 3 minutes left to play. Here we go, ball comes down now.
Nice to see if they can put a try in here.
Yeah, we'll definitely open things up. They can get on the board. Martin moves it across to the left. Oh, great tackle again. These girls have been going at it hammer and tongs here today. And let me tell you, you've probably played a few games on this artificial turf. It does not feel good it doesn't feel good getting tackled anywhere.
Yeah.
But the rubber pellets, they're not very forgiving.
That is true.
Here we go, on the attack now, Orsu coming out of their own end. Nice switch, another great tackle. Picks her up and drives her into the ground. Mountain States over the top of the ball. Playing advantage though. Another penalty, diving straight over the top, killing the ball. The referee's had his hands full with this game. Both these teams really wanting to mix it up. Juanita throws a dummy on the outside. Can she get there? No, great tackle. Beautiful stuff from Mountain States. They've adjusted well. That could have been a little knock on. Referee agrees. We're going to pack down a scrum. And they're not lacking in physicality. It's one of the aspects I've really enjoyed in the women's game. I mean, no more so than you look at the highlight video of Mia Biza, upwards of 50, 60,000 views now. The physicality of the women's game is just fantastic. You girls just love mixing it up, and we've seen it obviously here today from both these teams.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think a lot of that comes to the modern strength and conditioning approaches, with rugby these days.
It certainly is. I mean, there's just tremendous looking athletes out there. And you're starting to get some of those crossover girls coming. We saw Azevedo earlier from bobsledding. I know Rick Suggett's had a bunch of crossover athletes coming into the sevens, and it's only going to benefit the game.
Absolutely.
Here we go now. Mountain States again knocking on the door here, looking to get some points on the board against this Orsu outfit. Spinning, turning, twisting, trying to force her way over the line. She's well met though. And there it finally comes. It looks like a little pick and go down the blind side. It's reaped the rewards that they so desperately wanted. Takes them to 15 points to 5. Still in arrears though with just a minute 45 left on the clock. This becomes a very important conversion. Still down 2 scores here.
Again, it looks like the Mountain Select there beat Orsu at their own game with the physicality close to the breakdown, bringing the ball up on those pick and goes. Looks like it might have been a back row player, 15s player that scored there on that try too.
Yeah, looks like are they foregoing the conversion? No. She's going to come back and kick it. It was looked like they may have just not wanted to take the kick there, knowing they had to score another 2 times anyway, and maybe taking a kick a little bit at a little bit more generous position. But that's a beautiful kick off the foot. Unfortunately, stays to the left there. Conversion unsuccessful from Alice Plant there in the 5 jersey. Just a minute left on the clock here, down by 10 points. It's going to take something special, but it's Sevens rugby. They can go end to end pretty quickly. Let's see. They need to get this kick off though. Plant gets restarted. That's not a good kick. It won't go the 10. And if you're Orsu here, Mel, you're walking very slowly to halfway to take this tap.
Absolutely. Taking your time. 15 points on the board to 5. A couple minutes left in the game, or not even a couple, 30 seconds left in the game. Really just eating up the time there, yep.
Here we go, Molly Luff with the ball. She comes to the left. They're going to attack though. Nice floating pass outside. Beautifully brought down by McCluskey. She goes back. They're distributing well here. Simmons. Simmons goes for a little run. Can she get free just by the jersey? No, another crunching tackle. That's probably the 5th or 6th one this game. Simmons looking for some support. It finally comes. Down the blind side, she goes for a little dart. Beautiful little run there. That's Jackie Lewis, the substitute. She comes on and makes an impact immediately. Goes across. Beautiful little run. Zimmerman switches back inside. There's some value there. Can she get free? Oh, it just gets on the ankle. She falls over. Still going though. Oh, it's open. Steps back inside. Nice little offload. Little flick pass back inside. One more pass. It's going to be a race to the corner. Can she get there? Jackie Lewis. Oh, back inside. Lewis. Go, you good thing.
A lot of continuity there with Orsu. A lot of good handling skill. Lots of phases, putting in the try for that last play of the game.
Oh, brilliant stuff. And there you see the benefits of this team playing together for an extended period of time. Probably saw 6 or 7 good offloads there. The distribution of the ball was first class. And Jackie Lewis, what a little champion she is. She finishes off in the corner. And I'm sure they're going to be very happy with that finish to the game.
Absolutely, I agree.
There we go, conversion coming from Molly Luft. She's had a busy game, Luft. She's been in the middle of things. Doing well. Conversion stays to the left of the post. That'll do it. Final score of 20 points to 5. Orsu have held on over Mountain States. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, though, the Sacramento Amazons will be taking on the Atlanta Harlequins in Pool C actions, coming to you live on USA Rugby TV from the 2014 USA Rugby National Championships. Don't go away.